Hi and welcome to the Weed. In today's edition, we will be discussing about the Farm Bill 2020 and why there is a mass level protest among the Indian farmers. Indian farmers are on the roads. They are protesting against the Farm Bill and they opposing the much debated MSP selling price of food grains. Who is really getting benefited out of this farm bill, whether the corporates getting access to the farming sector of India, and there is many things to discuss in this edition. We will go into the details of the farm bill. We will see all the provisions of the farm bill in a concise time limit. But before that, we must understand that opposition has a role of constructive opposition. But many a times it is felt that opposition opposes everything there is on the earth. Like the GST, take an example of GST. The GST was originally proposed by BJP government. Then at that time during Vajpayee government, and during that time Congress started opposing it. Later when Congress proposed it, BJP started opposing it. And later when BJP finally imposed the GST in India, Congress protested heavily. So this is the nature of our protesting and our opposition taking a stand. Without knowing the basics, they took a stand, and that hampers the nation's interest at large. But is there a real issue in farm bill or not? Is this only a political gimmick or not? We will be discussing it. So let's begin the edition of the Farm Bill 2020. We will be looking into all aspects of Farm Bill. You must be knowing that Akali Dal has withdrawn from the NDA over protest in this Farm Bill. So let's begin. Farm Bill 2020. Farm Bill 2020 is a combination of three bills, that is Farmers Produce, Trade and Commerce Bill, which is in alternative words called Promotion and Facilitation Bill, Farmers Agreement on Price Assurance or Farmers Empowerment and Protection, Farm Service Bill and Essential Commodities Amendment Bill. Okay, these are the three ordinances which has later been turned into bills by the accent of Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. Okay. So the Farm Bill envisages providing farmers an alternative platform to sales. Since it will be outside the APMC mandi, the transactions in such trade areas will not be charged APMC market fee or cess. So this new Farm Bill says that outside the APMC mandi, APMC is the marketplace where farmers used to sell their produce. That is called Agricultural Produce and Livestock Market Committee. Okay, this was under ENAM, National Agricultural Market. So now they will be given another avenue where they could sell their produce. Even livestock means fish, etc., fish, chicken, etc. These are livestock. So the APMC will not stop functioning. The APMC will continue to function, but now they have to compete with the other alternative platforms, since farmers will have choice. So now they have not, through this bill, the APMC, which is the existing market for farmers, is not scared. It is there. It will continue to be there. But at the same time, the farmers will also get another platform where they could sell their produce. So this has opened a new avenue for farmers. It is like allowing private competition in banking, insurance or in telecom. So like there was only few banks, those who were governed by governments. But later in starting 1992, the Reserve Bank of India has started licensing private owners. Similarly, this has happened in telecom sector. And now they want to extend this sector to agriculture produce, to agriculture market. Okay, so similarly the APMC will be a government governed marketplace, whereas state government governed marketplace, whereas the other markets where these farmers will be enabled to sell their product will be private ones. Corporate houses will be allowed to enter, to this competitive space, and for which there is a disagreement between farmers and the government, as farmers don't want corporate to enter this sector, whereas government thinks that if the corporate sectors will enter into farming, then there will be a reform in farming sector, as it is a much neglected marketplace, though this contributes more than 50% of our economy. So the Farm Bill does not envisage a discontinuation of the current MSP based procurement of food grains. The modalities of how the mandi purchase will coexist with alternate platforms remains to be seen. Okay, so this will not do away with MSPs, for which there is a much heated debate that the farmers are demanding that this MSP, this new farm bill should scrap, as it is going to
minimum
hit
support
the MSP price. But there is nothing to worry as of now, as we can see from this bill, that they will not discontinue this current MSP formula. They will allow it, and at the same time, if they could get more income through selling it to the corporate sectors, they will be allowed to do so. Okay, so the bill gives the farmer the power to sell directly to the corporate or the exporter buying in bulk from the farm gate, and can enter into forward contracts too. Even the barriers on interstate sale are now stands removed. So now the agreements, the forward contracts that corporate clients now can do with the farmers directly. I feel this is a good initiative, but farmers are apprehensive. Why farmers are apprehensive? Because farmers feel that it could be dangerous for them, as corporates will start their monopoly in this sector, and in long run it may hit their interest. Okay, so this bill gives the farmers the power to sell directly to the corporate. The forward deals that are there in the commodities market, now the farmers can enter with the corporates. So for that, there is the farmers should enhance their skills, and this could benefit them directly, but they are now apprehensive, and the farming sector in India remains neglected for years. For that, the farmers are not adopting changes. So we cannot blame farmers directly. They are apprehensive because the way the corporates functioned, the corporate government nexus is seen in India, now they are getting apprehensive about it. It is not seen in a good vigor, because there are corruptions only due to corporate and government nexus in the past. So it is not easy for farmers, for the general public to believe in corporate governance and in corporates at large. In 2019-20, government agencies produced 201 lakh tons of wheat and 227 tons of paddy at MSP from Punjab and Haryana, worth rupees 80,300 crore through commission agents. These Arhatiyas or commission agents will lose their 2.5% commission and interest on loans. So now there is apprehension that these commission agents will lose their income, because if the corporates will directly enter into agreement with the farmers, the commission agents, those who are the middlemen, is not going to be benefited. They are going to be hit hard here. So the farmers' protest is the protest of these middlemen, those who were getting benefited, or you can say this protest is largely to give benefit to the middlemen, to the political parties, and those who did nothing in the name of agriculture, but they have done politics. They want to earn money as a brokerage. They are going to be benefited out of this protest. Those farmers who were selling their produce at a very cheap price are now going to get at least some good amount of price if they sell it directly to the corporates, but it will hit hard for those who do politics in the name of farmers and those who get benefited out of doing middling here. Okay, so what is the government's view? Let's see it. Government believes government is firm on the farm bill. Let me tell you that government believes the farm bill 2020 can transform agriculture and double their income by 2022. The freeing of the farm sector should eventually help in better pricing. When corporates and exporters directly engage with farmers, it will incentivize corporates to invest in the agri ecosystem and gives farmers better access to the modern technology. This is what government believes firmly. And the bill removes cereals and pulses from essential commodities list. Technically, FDI can be attracted in these areas. That should be value incentive for the agriculture. Okay, so what they want to tell here, that if they will remove they have removed cereals and pulses, now there could be foreign direct investments in these sectors, in these farming sectors. So if FDI flow starts coming to agriculture, to farming sector, then definitely the farmers are going to be benefited out of it. Farmers are apprehensive. What is the farmers' view? Why farmers are protesting? Let's see. Farmers are apprehensive of getting MSP for their produce, notwithstanding assurances from the government. So they are apprehensive because they will get less amount and they are not getting any assurances from the government. Farmers also fear that large retailers and corporate houses in alliance with MNCs could dominate Indian agriculture with money power. Ironically, many of the Arhatiyas are large farmers who will lose their commission and interest income. So the basic point is the middlemen are going to suffer. Farmers fear that APMC may become unviable and to have shut down if trade moves substantially through alternative platforms. To give an analogy, the farmers expect that the mandis to become redundant like BSNL, MTNL and the like Geos and Bharati may benefit. So what they are simply telling that if government allows the private sector to come into agriculture, the fate that has happened to the government entities like BSNL, the same fate could happen to APMC, could happen to the farming sector. But like if you give the example of a BSNL, let me tell you, BSNL has suffered because it got stiff competition with telecom peers like Jio, Vodafone, Airtel, etc. And BSNL could not change itself with the time. Those who don't change with the time, those who don't revise themselves with time, at some point of time they become absolute. So this is going to happen with the farmers. If they will not change, they will not come forward, they will not strike deals with corporates directly, one day they will become absolute. There will be no use of them. So it is advisable for them to change up the time. And let's see what are the demands, genuinely what farmers demand. They demand to include revocation of all these three ordinances which are turned into bills, the mandi system, the APMC to remain intact and the loans to be cleared. Later, in line with 2006 Swaminathan report, the National Commission on Farmers, laws should be promulgated for MSP and to be at least 50% more than the weighted average cost of production, and if the MSP is not paid, they must be penalized, and a law should put in place that will guarantee payments from the buyers through middlemen. Middlemen also make money by selling the produce for more than its purchase price. So that is it. That is the whole essence of farm bill protest. It is less about farmers, it is more about political parties and middlemen. The advice I want to give you here for farmers is that the time has come to change, to experiment change, and it is your elected government, and any time if it is not in your favor, you could change it anytime. If such a protest could shake the government, then it is definite that the day you will realize it is going to harm your pockets, at that day you can also protest and make the government crumble. Don't panic at the early stage. Let the reform happen and all will be good. Thank you for being with Knowledgist. Thank you.